Okay, so that interesting story I was going to tell you about. Many of you know that I'm on my way. I'm investigating other avenues as far as like work, career, etc., etc. Working for Illusionist is fantastic. I love it. I enjoy it. The one drawback is, though, I'm always in my basement. I'm always alone. I'm by myself. I work remotely. I have no contact with other people. It's an isolating experience at best. Yes, I do get to meet some crazy people, like when I go out to to Magic Camp or conventions or people who call me on the phone, etc., etc. That is the definite perk. I always get I get the cool stuff. I get free samples. I get to give input on product as it's developed. All sorts of things. I get to even work with you guys and do this YouTube channel. It's fantastic. However, at the same time, after like 8 to 10 years of doing this, it's time. I wouldn't say for like a drastic change, but I'm cutting back with Illusionist into in order to like go investigate other avenues where I can actually do something with people. I'm a people person. I need people in my life. Ooh, squeaky chair. So on that note, I'm in school for a personal support worker program, and initially I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it because I was thinking about being a nurse and stuff like that. But I figured the personal support worker, for those of you who don't know, up here in Canada, you have personal support worker, you have RPN, which is registered practical nurse, and then you have an RN, which is a registered nurse, and then there's like nurse practitioner, and then finally doctor. That's the tier. So basically right now, personal support worker, I'm on the bottom, I get all the shit jobs, literally. But I figured this was an easier way to actually figure out what I wanted to do. There's no point in going to school for like 2 to 4 years, paying a whole bunch of money, only to discover you don't like something. I don't believe in wasting money at all. I believe in many cases people coming out of high school should be able to take a year off, figure out what they want to do, figure out what they like, because basically in very few people know 100% what they want to do with their lives fresh out of high school. That high school, like they're having fun, they're drinking, they're partying, and like that's the time to have fun and discover life. You need that year to figure out who you are, basically, without being pressured academically. So I figured personal support worker would be a cheap way to figure out if I liked working in the environment. I've done some work placements. I've done some co-op placements. I've got like a whole month worth of co-op coming up, which involves the story I'm about to tell you. So after just my brief experience, like working in various facilities and such, I like it. I do like it. So I'm definitely going to be pursuing like being a registered practical nurse. However, I don't want to go to school for another year and a half. As you can tell if you've watched these videos, like I've been sick constantly. The strain of school, work, home, and other things is just basically it's taking a toll on me, and I'm not happy with my health. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to be doing the RPM part-time, working as a personal support worker, doing part-time. Should take maybe a year and a half to 2 years. Sorry, let me phrase that. Should take 2 to 4 years, depending on how fast or how much I try and cram into those night classes. That said, now one of the places I was working at is a facility. I'm not going to mention the facility because I signed a confidentiality agreement. But it's in here in St. Catharines, and it's a care facility for people who are terminally ill. And I went in for the interview, and of course, resumes are hard to make. Like this is like a sample resume. This is like one that's been marked up. There we go. It's been marked up, written on, etc., etc. And of course, you need a resume to make yourself stand out. And basically, magic is one way to make yourself stand out. It's a phenomenal way to make yourself unique amongst all the other people who are out there. Sure, you may have the qualifications, but so does Tom, so does Sally, so do all the 100 other people that are there with you. You've got to bring something unique. And for me, magic has always been what I've been able to bring to the table and be unique. So as my interview was coming through, and this was arranged through the college, they looked at my resume and go, "Oh yeah, you're the magician." And I find that if people talk about me, that always precedes me because I do magic in class. I've done a few stand-up things for like 10, 15 minutes at a time, just because people have asked for it for various presentations I've done. So being a magician always precedes me because there's not many of us out there. Face it, and there's not many of us out there who are actually relatively good at what they do. Like I'm fairly skilled. Like mind you, like I'm rusty in parts, but I'm still fairly skilled. So she, oh, you're the magician. So, like I let it slide, but I knew what was coming. It always comes. I got hired for my placement, which was fantastic. Out of a class of like 50, only 2 people got in, and I was one of those people. So we're doing the tour, and I got introduced to some of the staff, and the words were barely out of the director's mouth. She said, "Oh, he's a magician," and she looked at me, and I knew exactly what was going to happen. It's like I pulled up my cards before she even finished. She says, "Do you have cards with you?" Yes, I always have cards with me. So I did a quick little cutting tens for Bill Malone as well as the Ambitious card. And those, like, they're simple tricks. I've done them for years and years. I could do them in my sleep, so I knew I wasn't going to mess up, like, even though I was nervous, because I knew, like, if I was going to suck, now was not the time to suck, basically. So I did that, and it was fantastic. Like, everyone liked it. And then it turns out, the day I was there was, they have a program where people from the community come in, get together, meet people who, meet and mingle with people who are experiencing similar conditions. And I'm being vague on purpose, guys, because of that confidentiality agreement. So it's basically a program where if you're out in the community and you have an illness that is long term and basically terminal, then it's basically a support group, like for like the hundreds of people that are in the community. So I did the tour just as a get together was wrapping up, and so I happened to run into the person who directs that, who takes care of that, and said, "Oh, David's a magician. Oh, how would you like to do a trick?" Now, they're expecting me to pull the cards out, but because I knew that, like I might have to do this more than once, out of my back pocket, I don't have them there in the other room, my ninja rings. I always keep my ninja rings in my back pocket. I'm not sure if I've done a video on, like, when I used to perform, how I loaded. I might actually do that. But I always have my ninja rings ready to go in my back pocket. And if you don't know, the ninja rings are the 4 linking rings. They're about, like, that big around. Fantastic, very portable, and when it came out, it was phenomenal. Everybody was doing it. It was ridiculous. I still do it. So I did a quick little abbreviated ninja ring routine, or linking ring routine, depending on however you want to talk about it. And totally blew him away with that, and did it perfectly, especially like the crash link, where you just shake it and the ring goes from the bottom and joins up to the top. It's fantastic. If you guys don't want to start doing like big linking rings, the ninja rings are a fantastic alternative. So I did that, and I tell you what, like my placement is not until the end of April. And they have already got plans for me to come in and like do stuff on days before that. So it just goes to show you guys, like, magic, while seen by the masses as a little bit nerdy, a little bit like introverted, etc., etc. Most magicians grow out of that to become fantastic extroverts, if you weren't already one. But it's a great way to make yourself stand out. I guarantee you. If they were interviewing 50 people, I would still stand out because I was the guy with the magic tricks. I did the really cool card trick where the card comes up to the top and all the 10s appear and the rings link and unlink, and how do they do that? It's absolutely fantastic. So it just goes to show you that this hobby, as it were, actually is very, very, very beneficial as you get out there, and work to make yourself noticed, to whatever your career happens to be, whether it's sales, engineering, etc. You're always going to be the guy that stands out because you have that unique talent that nobody else has. And that's basically my story. Magic got me noticed. My skills definitely got me hired. If I wasn't qualified, I wouldn't have gotten that placement. I'll say that much right now. But it helped me set myself apart. And I guarantee you, all the work that I'm going to be doing with them now on the volunteer basis, outside of my placement for school, is definitely going to go on my resume. And I guarantee you, it's only going to make me look better. So, just it's a little story to let you know that magic plays more than one role in my life. It's not just illusionist. It's like other roles as well. And you guys all should do your best to try and actually push that as much as possible. Like, make yourself unique. Don't be the guy that just does the card tricks all the time, but like make yourself stand out. Make yourself the guy who is the one you want to be with. That sounded gay, but I hope you know what I mean. So I'll let you go. I've got a bunch of videos to edit and upload. I've got another video I want to show you guys. Another one from Patrick Hun. The dude is incredibly prolific these days. Like, we're going to have to come up with a section for him in our store. I'll stop here and I'll start that other video. It's just going to be a quick, dirty, like 5 minute review at the most. But I'll let you know all about that in the next video. Ciao.